Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, my name is Raven and welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to episode 3 of Vampyr. Now today's episode is going to be very role-playing heavy. I've got to go through this hospital and talk to a whole bunch of people. And then we're going to see what's going on, who I can eat, and so on and so forth. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Alright, so we've talked to everyone out here. We talked to you before. And we also talked to crazy vampire chick here, so we'll talk to this guy. Hello?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
You're very
I'm Dr.
ugly.
Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
That's still your name. Just because you got hit by a fucking mortar doesn't mean you're not the guy you are. Alright, let's check him up. You give Jack all XP, sir. We need to fix that. Oh, I can eat this guy later if I want. He's only got a Mesmer level of 1. What about her? She's at a 2. So we gotta turn her into a vampire because she really wants to be one. And I'm all for giving, you know, people what they want. And I get XP out of it, so I'm happy. But yeah, we'll question this guy and see what the hell's going on. Your life in London. How was your stay with us?
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars. If you get my drift.
Okay, first of all, I didn't know you could do this during the talking cutscenes. This is actually really cool that you can spin this around. Had no idea about that. Secondly, this guy is pretty emotionally fucked up, and I would be too if my face got super messed up. I'd wear a mask. I'd wear a really cool mask. Who's treating you?
Who's treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Man, this guy is not in a good place. Can't do anything.
I do anything for your
Maybe
pain?
put you down.
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Yeah, I don't think your issue is, like, physical. I think you're just mentally fucked up because you've been, you know, screwed. Let's ask him some personal questions. Okay. We'll, talk about the chica.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are
Vampyr
you aware
bitch.
that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here.
Excuse me?
Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's
Who
quite
cares?
harmless.
Look
I
at
can
him.
assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. Her arm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Dude. You're scoring well considering, like, you know, you look like that and you're scoring with that chick. You let her bite you. I fucking let her do more than that.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
Who gives
why
a
not?
shit?
She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
He's just happy he's getting some. She's mentally
You
disturbed.
do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
That is true. Did you surf for long?
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Just quickly, okay. He looks fucked up because he got hit by a mortar. You then look at me. And no one's questioning anything about my eyes, the blood red, like the veins and everything. No one's saying a word. No one at all. That's completely normal to you people. Okay. Goodbye.
For now, Mr. Elwood.
Cool. So that guy's fucked up. Let's talk to you.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
I'm really liking the music in the background. It sets the tone very, very well. Let's go personal questions. Made friends since you arrived? Vampire chick?
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here in Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
What do you do for a living?
What do you do for
Look
a
like
living,
a priest.
Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Okay, so you're a priest?
Are you a priest, Mr.
Or you
Hampton?
just a dude?
A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Huh. Why don't you use your cross against him?
Why
Burn the
didn't
fucker.
you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Bullshit. That shit burns. The other guy used one against me. Alright, how do you feel?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Fair enough. Your life in London. Your presence in the den.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Vampire lady. So, yeah, the guy was like an alcoholic and then he became a vampire. That goes suck. One addiction for another.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Yeah, but when you walk into that place and there's bodies everywhere, maybe, like, don't do it or kill him, something along those lines.
General situation in the East End docks.
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers Trade Union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they
The
lost their
Wet
leader.
Boot Boys. What the? Okay, you're gonna name yourself a gang. You're gonna get a gang and name it. Okay, why the fuck would you call yourselves the Wet Boot Boys and expect anyone to take you seriously? The fuck?
Has
Are
the
they
gang
threatening you?
been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know. The sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint. Not even criminals.
Not even the wet boot boys. Who leads the gang?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Okay, about Tom Watts.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle?
The Turtle?
I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Tom's alright, I like him. Despair.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
I think drugs is part of the problem, but corruption?
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Fair enough, man. So, let's check, okay. Damn, you're pretty high on the mesmer level. Alright, we'll come back to you later.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Goodbye.
We'll talk again later.
Disgust on every street corner.
You just lie down and have a nap, bro. Alright, so that's everyone here. There is a Vampyr chick. Damn. These guys are pretty fucked. Now, there were people down here somewhere. Here we go. Have I spoken to you?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Ah, it's Dorothy. Yeah, I've already dealt with you.
Nurse Crane.
We'll come back later. You two look new.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am
Strickland.
Thoreau Strickland. Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Alright. What's your, you're a 4. You're worth a bit of XP. Let's go your life in London. Tell me about yourself.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning
That guy in the
blood transfusion,
background.
Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Okay. Tell me about experiments.
I based my technique on my
Poking
mentor's
people?
research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical,
New hint?
you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Alright, so we've got a hint about this guy. Can we check that out quickly? His experiments in blood transfusion have not been successful yet. I knew that. He's connected to 2 people though, that's cool. What made you choose that career?
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Alright, flattery is useless, just backhand him, slap him to the ground. Research is exhausting. I'll be glad to help you. This guy's alright, I don't think I should slap him to the ground. We'll go, I'll be glad to help you.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Yeah, the fucking plumber down the road's not gonna be able to do shit about it, so... you better do something about the hospital.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
And I'm a vampire now, so I'm definitely much better at that now. You seem optimistic.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work.
Guy in the background.
You're not smiling now.
Yeah. Shit's fucked. Do you need my help?
with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want
Side
me to
quest.
play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Alright, let's, citizen investigations. So, you can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with X and then access to your map to locate the area to explore. Cool. So, we have 3 so far. Wrong target, find out who's spelling it, Thelma, enter the backyard garden. Alright. So, we'll track that one for now, I suppose. The pharmacy, and then we'll come back to that. Alright, personal questions. About your blood transfusion techniques.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question.
Why not both?
I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Okay. Screw neutral, tell me your story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he's a
Because
dick?
he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Or that. Hey, wait, isn't that guy right there? That's the guy right there. That's, yeah, that's him. Alright, at least we know he's blaming himself for his injury. I'm pretty sure, is that the doctor right behind us? I'm pretty sure these three know each other. That's that guy. Alright, you must relay neutral.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Is he talking mad shit about the guy sitting right next to him? He's right there. He can hear everything we're saying. If you're talking shit about him, if his name is Ackroyd or whatever the hell it is, I'm going to fucking cack myself. Alright, we'll go back. Nothing else with you. Alright, goodbye.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Are you fucking Ackroyd?
Good evening, Dr.
God damn it,
And
Strickland.
good evening to you, Dr.
No.
Reed. Can I
Fuck.
be of any help?
Yeah, you can get the fuck away from me.
Dr. Strickland.
Here we go. Are you
Good
Ackroyd?
evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes,
Yes.
I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Oh, you're a dick. No wonder he was talking mad shit about you. Let me. You're lucky you're not fucking close to a 1 or I'd eat the shit out of you. Alright, let's go London. Yeah, wait, your thoughts on Strickland's research?
Tell me, Waverly.
Him.
What do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Okay. Why do you wish to lead the surgery?
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Alright, it's a conservative point of view. You will assume the consequences. I trust your judgment. I don't trust him, he's a dick. Let's go with it's a conservative point of view.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
Okay. If he agrees to it, he agreed to it. As long as you tell him that's a possibility. Is your rivalry blaming you?
Your
Rivalry?
Strickland may be blinding you.
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Okay. You two need to, like, box on or something, get it over with. Do you have a problem with me, mate?
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position.
Doesn't he own the place?
I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
You are motherfucking salty. No need for such animosity. Jealousy will not do you any good. You better change your tone with me or I'm gonna fucking slap you.
You are going to change your tone with me, my dear colleague. And very quickly.
I don't think so. Perhaps
Oh,
you
you're
think
so gonna die.
Protected by Dr. Swansea.
No.
But I am still a free man.
Not till I eat
and
you.
I will speak to you the way I want.
Then feel fine. It's gonna be fine when I backhand you to the ground and freaking chomp on your neck a bit.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical
that's how you learn shit.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Through audacity and okay, first of all, the only way you advance stuff is by pushing the boundaries. If you just keep doing what you're doing, then you're gonna just have the same sort of, like, you know, ways of treating stuff, and you're not gonna be able to treat better things with better methods. Like harder things with better methods. So, you're an idiot. I'm going to kill you. Like, seriously. Waverly disproves a modern yeah, but he wouldn't have any of the modern medical techniques able to save his patients. Unless people were experimenting and shit. Like, you wouldn't have any of this shit otherwise. Alright. I'm gonna kill this guy. I don't like him.
Talk later.
Oh yeah, I'll see you later, Ackroyd. Let's go talk to the dude who's gonna lose his arm.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Yeah, like, it doesn't seem that big of a deal, just like fix his arm. Personal questions. Why you feel guilty about your injury, bruh?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
Start yelling at him.
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
I agree. Don't know why you're an asshole, but I agree. So your wife died during the war. You're blaming yourself for the injury. And I can eat you. If I so choose. And you know these two. Alright. Okay, your wife died because of you, question mark.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
How the fuck is that your fault? What? You were working a double to make money to support her. She went to bring you food. Nazis blew her up. And that's your fault somehow? I know you'd feel guilty for that because if you weren't working the double, she wouldn't have gone outside and wouldn't have gotten blown up. But still. Like...
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. but I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
That's fair, but once again, not your fault unless you hurt yourself. About your wife's death. Man, I'm really prying here. Let's do it.
Tell me more about the death of your wife.
Tell me more.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
Yeah, I'd be happy
The
too.
Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction
Zeppelins?
site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
So many died during the bombings. Are you children alright?
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Well, if she got hit by a bomb, I'm assuming she would have been dead, but you know. Are you children alright?
How are your children after losing their mother?
Like, she would have
I was
died
smaller
quickly.
then. The only good thing about this is my Ellen didn't bring them with her that night.
Yeah, I suppose. Alright. He's got one more hint. Although this poor bastard, I'm just tempted to put him out of his misery. But then again, I can't, because then there's the kids. Kind of orphaning them. And they've already lost a mum. If I could eat them too, I would. Put them all out of their misery, but I can't, because I don't know where they are. Alright, doctors are arguing about your case.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
What exactly is wrong with his arm? Perfect timing on that guy. What exactly is wrong with his arm?
Tell me
about yourself.
Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
You could just become a professional arm wrestler with the other arm.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
Yeah, I'd probably end up eating you, to be fair. Alright, so we know a fair bit about this guy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
There are...
words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, blundering idiot.
That's really sad. Alright. See, I want to put him out of his misery so he's not sad anymore and everything, but once again, the kids.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Do we have any more from you people? There we go. Ackroyd's aversion for modern methods.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern methods?
I think he's a dick.
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With
That's
the
the point.
influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole. So that's all for you. We'll go talk to Ackroyd and see if he has anything else.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Yo, Ack.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, sure you are, Ack. Oh, here we go. So, did I do these before? Bad memories of your military service? Or are these new? Okay, we'll do that.
Bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Yeah, it's the worst in men, but at the same time, we wouldn't have half of the shit we have now if it wasn't for people constantly fighting each other. Because everyone always comes up with a better shit to beat the other guy, and that, after the war's over, improves the lives of everyone that, you know, didn't die in the war. It's bad at the time, but it pushes everyone forward afterwards. That's just how it works.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
And so what? It saved more lives. No reason to justify my actions to you. Knowledge is our main weapon. Yeah, I've saved many lives. Both of those true. Yeah, we'll throw him a bone. Knowledge is our main weapon.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon. And it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative. It is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
This guy is so fucking dumb. Alright, that's all I get from it. He's just a fucking idiot. Alright.
Thank you for your time.
We'll deal with him later.
We'll talk later.
So that seems to be those three. Was this open before? Nope. Hello. Well, you got your own private little room here.
Don't waste your time with me.
Mortimer.
Madam.
Dr. Hurt.
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm
Beatrice.
Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk first for a bit. Your life in London. Tell me about yourself.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
I like money. Are you that rich?
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes. Thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace.
Gold digger.
I can cover any needed medical expenses.
What are you doing in your life?
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
She's a gold digger who teaches other women about gold digging? That's what I got from that. Don't get a job. Marry a rich guy, wait for him to die and take half his shit. Or all his shit, depending on how well you do. Okay, complaints about your reception here?
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Okay, tell me about your arrival.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude from the start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Okay, so she was maybe charging at the wazoo. She charged you
for a
bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
It's like rocking up to you, something's really wrong with you. Rock up to the emergency room. They're like, yeah, we'll give you a bed, but it's like $20 up front. Fuck that.
I share your concern, Mrs.
You
Goswick.
do it, but
be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Because you can't go charging people up front to get treated when they're half dead. Alright. Let's check that out quickly. Yeah, although you are very, very full of XP. We'll talk to Mortimer in a second. So, the place is pretty healthy. That's gonna change once I start killing people, but for now it's good. So I did that. Personal questions. We got none of that yet, but we should get something after we speak to Mortimer. Mortimer.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
What happened to your
Can I
neck?
help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
It looks like someone tried to strangle you, bud. How painful is your throat?
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Yeah, but I got a lot of questions to ask you.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Yeah, because someone tried to strangle you. Was it your mum? About your hospitalization.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Okay. Is she bothering you?
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
That's fine. I tell her you have to leave. She ties herself to the bed. Then just get two people to walk in, pick up the bed, and dump it outside. Done. She's out.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Yeah, we'll deal with her. I already asked that. Why isn't that gone away?
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get that. I didn't do this one.
Let
you get some rest.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, but I was not
Evening,
done
Mr.
talking to him.
Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Alright, personal questions. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
You're so annoying. Alright,
I have to go now, sir.
fine.
But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Alright, we'll deal with these two later. We gotta go talk to Dr. Lady, who's been charging... Not Dorothy. Who's been... Wasn't Dorothy, was it? Social... There we go. It was... Piper. Gotta go find Pipes. That's her, isn't it? Yeah.
Good
You've
evening,
been
Nurse.
naughty.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Personal questions. Not there. Piper saves beds for patients who can pay. Yeah, we're not gonna, she's got nothing to say about that. We're not gonna ask her anything about that.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Miss Hawkins.
We just know she's a dick. Just quickly though. Where is he? There we are.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yep, trying my best. Do you know anything about this? Nope.
Goodbye,
Alright.
Milton.
Go see if we can find some other people to talk to. Now, where are some bodies? So those ones I've dealt with. Unknown, you.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, how do I get to you? You outside? I see you. I see you in there. Damn it. Alright, we gotta talk to her later. Is there anyone else down here? There's a dude over there. There's Strickland. I can see your inside. It's gross. We know everyone. He's fatigued. I can cure that. He gets more XP. Anyone out here? Okay, there he is. There's one.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Yeah, I'll go do that in a
It's
second.
locked.
Motherfucker. Give me the key.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague.
Ah,
sir.
Rakesh.
Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Interesting. So your life in London, not afraid of the dead?
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All
Pretty much.
gone.
Most people fear the dead flesh. I don't think they fear the dead flesh. You only really see most dead people when they're your family
An interesting
members.
point of view.
Which is like, you know,
And quite an
obvious
exotic one,
reasons.
too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
I like Rakesh. Cool, so that's another person. How did you get the job?
Get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Milton, my man. Have we met before?
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago.
Oh,
You were
dude.
missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
She's not. She was. But now she's not.
Do
you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies.
It would be.
Situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Yeah, you have to do stuff, but now it's just watch them, I suppose. Throw them in the fire over there.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Got like a big freezer, or you just like leaving them there?
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
I bet ya it's because you got some fucking vampires locked up down there, some of these weird people. I bet that's why. You're a pawnbroker.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes to trade?
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
Okay, what kind of goods do you sell?
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
For a profit? You believe in life after death?
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Goodwill won't last. So you're saying the longer you're dead, the more of an asshole you become over time?
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
I don't know. There is okay, when you're talking about living forever, yeah, eventually you'll run out of shit to do. But like, can you imagine just going, you're a vampire, you go live forever, okay, I want to spend the next 100 years learning how to play the piano and just become like a master at that, then spend another 100 years learning how to become a carpenter, and you could go through every little thing in life. I'm sure it would take you a very long time, and then you'd start getting bored. There's a lot of shit to do. So you're ready to die. That's a weird question to follow up with.
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
For the record, it depends on whether you're going to see your death coming. Like, if you're standing in front of a train, you're seeing it coming. Just saying, if you're just walking and you get hit by a freaking bomb, yeah, he's correct. Alright. I like this guy, though. Morbid as fuck. My kind of guy.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Alright, what do we got? Codeine. It's a strong... I have no idea how to say that word. Analgesic. An antitussive. Drug often used to ease pain and cough. I'm pretty sure I fucked those words up. We got opium. I'm going to start an opium den. With the rising epidemic and the rampant shortage of legal medications, London citizens, for its sedation, aesthetic properties. Maybe I could, like, drug people. An enigmatic formula. This formula, written on a piece of paper, seems complex and needs to be analyzed. I have no idea what this stuff does, and I'm not willing to waste that much money on it yet. But we will come back. Okay.
It's locked.
Okay, there's bodies in there, though. There's bodies, though. I want... Can I jump over? Is there a way to get over? Yo, Rakesh, let me in for a minute. Alright, what's in here? More bodies. Hey. Shillings. Why has no one robbed these people? Crumpled letter. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Was that Milton? Don't worry about nothing now except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors and they told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry if I refuse to pay first, and I realize now that the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nikolai. Milton! My man, you're doing dodgies, and that is really sad considering I just found that letter on a fucking corpse. That is really sad. What the fuck's Milton? Milton runs rackets on some of the Pembroke patients. And, I get it. These two are in cahoots and they're doing fucking dodgy. He saves bed for patients he can only pay. And of course, so he takes extra money to get them there and to secure them a bed. And then she takes extra money on top of that to secure the bed. Huh. Let's go talk to, Milton and see if he knows anything about this. Or if he's just gonna, like, deny the whole thing.
But we have some of the most brilliant minds in London.
In London. You? We'll talk to you later. I gotta talk to Milton. Yo.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
You're extorting money, mate.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
That's a real fucking dick move.
Goodbye, Milton.
Yeah. That's a little, even for me, that's a little seedy. I don't think I'd be doing that. Where's that chick gone? Where are you? Not Dorothy. Nope. Nope. Why is what just happened? Rakesh was doing something. I'm sorry, what just happened there? Okay, investigate citizens' actions. I'm going. Rakesh? Rakesh, what are you doing?
It's locked, all right.
City needs you.
I'm
what?
sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
What's that? I'm so confused right now. How do I investigate it if I can't?
It's locked, all right.
How do I get in there? This is genuinely confusing me. It said he's doing something shady.
Plain and cold medical bench, sir.
Rakesh, doing?
It's locked.
Can I get through here? What is that? What's going on? Like... Okay, it was a looking point. That really confused me.
You don't mind if I search your pockets? Do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir, and I thank you for your generous donation.
Why are you telling people, you know, like saying that out loud? So he's not afraid of death, but he also steals from the dead. I still like him, but that's pretty dodgy. That is fair fucking dodgy. But then again, I am of the opinion that I suppose if they're dead and no one's picked them up for a while and da-da-da-da-da, all those circumstances withheld, they're not using what they have on them. They're dead. They won't care. And if no one else is picking it up, well then...
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
You've been naughty as fuck, bruh. You steal from the dead.
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
They wouldn't agree, you're stealing their shit. But like... Go jail if you get caught. Dr. Swansea should be informed. Yeah, I reckon we should tell Swansea. Although I do like Rakesh a little bit. See, this is a moral dilemma for me. Most people would be like, no, tell on him. But like, they are dead. You should respect the dead. But if no one's claiming them, it's not that big of a deal. But we'll tell Swansea, why not?
Whatever your motives, you're making money by stealing from the dead. Dr. Swansea should be informed.
No offense, sir. But Dr. Swansea is one of my customers. As I told you, I like to help people. And everybody needs help from time to time.
Yeah, but just because he's a customer, does he know where you're getting it from? Because that's a different story. If he doesn't know exactly where you're getting it from. Huh. So, I really like that mechanic, by the way. I just want to take a second to say that whole, like, when you see someone's freaking out and it says they're doing something wrong when you go into this mode. I love what they've done with this whole mechanic and this whole, like, you know, second sight mode thing. It's really fucking cool. But with that said, that is all the time I have for this episode. Next episode, we're going to go upstairs and we're going to explore the rest of this. We're going to go upstairs, talk to some more people, ask if Swansea knows about the fact that guy is, you know, nicking shit off the dead people, and we'll work out what's going on. But that is the end of the video, guys, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. I love reading and replying to all your comments down below. And feel free to check out my Discord and Twitter. There is a link down below in the description box for both of those as well. The Discord is a great way for me to talk to you guys outside the YouTube comments section. And of course, the Twitter is a great way for you guys to get a notification whenever a video is being uploaded, because YouTube is a bit weird sometimes. And if you like this video and you like what I'm doing here on the channel and you want to support the channel further, feel free to check out my Patreon. There'll be a link down below in the description box, and a link will pop up at the end of the video. And if you choose to donate, it is greatly appreciated. And a big shout out to my current patrons whose names you've been seeing in the background. Just wanted to say thank you for your support. It really does mean a lot. And please share this video around, it does help me out a fuck ton. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I shall see you all in the next video. Have a good one, guys.